They should have told you that in California, your ass used to receive a check for killing Native Americans. They should have told you that at a certain point they had set up a thing called the California Eugenics Office, which, for those who do not know, is basically a form of human neutering to certain ethnic groups who we deem the offspring of those would be unfit. Typically targeting blacks, Mexicans, Native Americans. For those who do not know what I'm talking about, so in between, I'd say, the early 1800s and the late 1800s, there was a thing called the California Genocide. For those who do not know, one of the highest concentrations of Native Americans in the United States was in California, obviously. The massacre of these people, of very numerous tribes, not just the Miwoks and the Navajos, for those who might have been here, also the Yuki. There was another one called the Chasumwa, I might be saying the name incorrectly. The massacre started, of course, with the Spanish when they had first set up stop here and had their whole mission system built in where the Native Americans were at the lowest class. Then even when they got their ass kicked by Mexico, Mexico came over here, but because Mexico was colonized with that fucking fucked up, sick colonizer mindset, they even did the same thing, dare I say, almost having some comparisons to slavery with Native Americans. Then when the Californians, when what was America at the time started coming over here, for example, to take over, to fight with the Mexican, then when we have the California Gold Rush in 1848, you started seeing more of that. You started seeing where the actual government, U.S. government, would pay American citizens to murder indigenous peoples or Native Americans just to keep the settlers safe, quote unquote. The reason why I felt motivated to talk about this is because humans, we can be some of the cruelest, sickest people in the world. And there's no such thing as, oh, that shit happened 400 years ago and it can never happen again. It's like I always say when people talk about the transatlantic slave trade or slavery in Africa. I always love to remind people, hey buddy, you do know there's modern day slavery in Africa right now, right? You do know that, right? If you go to Tunisia, Libya, some parts of Sudan and South Sudan, you do know that they still have modern day slave trade out there, right? You do know when you come to America, you do know when you come to our country, there is genuine human sex trafficking here. You do know that, right? You do know when you go to Sacramento, Sacramento is one of the capitals in the human sex trafficking capital. Look it up. I'm sorry, one of the capitals in the human sex trafficking trade. Look this shit up. Look it up. So, I don't know, man.